Hello everybody, I'm doing this video a bit differently. Instead of yapping for 40 minutes, because nobody wants to watch a 40-minute video. Understandably. So I figured I would just speed up the, I guess you could say video, and, just record over it, and kind of explain what's happening, and see if this form of, commentary is better or preferred than the other form, because like I said, nobody wants to watch a 40-minute video, and I mean that's completely understandable. So um what I'm doing right now is I said I fixed it. I have this thing where I think most people who draw and stuff do, where I'm like, all right, I fixed it, it looks good, and then I'm like, but I could do better though, and then I'll go back and fix it and screw it up a few times, and then I eventually get it to look the way I look. Yeah, that makes sense. I had to think about that. I will probably maybe tomorrow or later today, I will probably go back in, because when you see the finished product, all of the new parts of the painting I added or whatever, like what I'm doing right now, those will be more detailed in the next video, like more shaded, more light, because after a while I was just like, okay, I want to work on the other area from last video, and I also want to but I also want to start something new. I want to actually make progress, because that will, probably be more appealing to audiences. So the color is very flat right now for the most part. So I will have to go back in and fix it. I also have to add white to a spot. I'll tell you when I do it. Might be right here actually. Yeah, so I do start to add white or whatever, just because right here I'm trying to figure out what I need to do for it to what I'm gonna do to look right. I'm gonna add his tie next, and I was trying to figure that out, and then I was doing certain things. I was just like, I don't really like the way that looks, so I do add white. But of course, I'm extremely impatient, and I don't wait for the paint to dry. So then it's all it's all the color smears. I mean, it's lightened, but it all smears or whatever. So I have to go in and clean that up too. And that's honestly really all of the new stuff I added to it. I do have to yap for a lot of this video, so we are going to see what we could come up with. So I'm gonna be real. This was probably the hardest one so far, to not to record, but to paint. Really, I feel when I'm looking at it now or whatever, I see some stuff where I'm like, okay, that wasn't too bad or whatever, but it's still not not my preferred. So this one was really difficult, just because like I said, I was trying to figure everything out. And even though I had pencil lines or whatever to guide me, I still fumbled a little bit. I was just like, wait, how do I do this? How would I go about doing this? And it was really tricky for some reason. But overall, I'd say I persevered. You could probably see that at the end of the video. And honestly, if I can't, yap the entire time, then I'll just freaking stop recording. I'll just play some music for the rest of it. I hope I can play some at least calming music or something. Maybe there's just a piano song or something I could play. Hopefully that CapCut will allow me. So yeah, I will say edit it with CapCut by the end, because that is how I edited it. But I haven't I don't have I don't pay for CapCut. So Yeah, it's gonna say edit it with CapCut at the end, which, I mean, isn't a big deal, but I don't know, like, I wouldn't want to somehow have somebody saying, like, you stole this or something like that. I don't know, just because it's like, you edited just this clip and you posted it as your own, when it's, like, really my stuff. Although, I mean, I don't think anything like this, like, as in, like, this painting, has been posted, so I'm not sure how I could possibly have, or somebody would think I would have stolen it, but, you know, just in case, safety measures or whatever, or I guess precaution, rather, not necessarily safety measures, but precaution. So yeah, you can kind of see right now I'm, like, struggling to figure out what I'm trying to do. Mainly, I think I'm actually adding, like, the tie right now. Like the, I don't know what you would call it, but I guess the actual, like, tie part of the tie, like, what makes it all hold together or whatever. The knot, that's such a simple word, I couldn't think of it, but, doesn't really matter. So, I'm probably trying to either mix a color right now, or, yeah, I think that's what it was, or I'll just need it to, fill up on a new or not a new color, but just one of the ones I have in my bottles, or I guess tubes, really. It's not a bottle, but yeah, it's okay. So this is also, like, another part where I was, like, going and I was just like, how do I not make the knife blend in? I still feel like I have to do that a little bit. I probably will still have to work on that, but overall, it's okay. Especially since, like, with the, like, the way oh my god, the way the lighting is or whatever, I didn't want to have, like, a super bright color next to it, because I feel like it, like, would then really blend in, but that's not quite how the lighting works, so I was just like, oh, what do I do? But, I mean, to be honest, there's probably, like, a way I could do it where, like, I can adjust the, lighting to be slightly more up on the knife, if that makes sense. And honestly, that probably would make more sense than a lot of it, or, like, the shiniest part being down at, like, the bottom of the handle, like, I guess you would, not the bottom, because that's, like, the darkest part of it. I don't want to confuse anybody. Like, the right side of the handle, I would say, is really right bottom. The right bottom side of the handle is really, or I guess that wouldn't be right bottom. I'm saying it in the most confusing way. It would be, I guess, top. I don't know. But I think you probably know what I'm talking about. By this point, because I'm just, like, using, like, so many different ways to describe it, or you don't, because I described it convoluted as crap. But oh well. There's me going in with the white, as I was telling you about, and it just smears the color. And then, like, I try to fix it later, so then that only gets worse. Fair warning, this video's probably a little bit annoying to watch. But, hey, that's what happens sometimes when you paint. You can't be perfect all the time, and that's okay. Like, I mean, obviously my freaking, pencil guides didn't even work, because I was still just like, what should I do here? And that's fine. That's just what happens sometimes. You just have to learn to accept that. It's all part of the process. Once again, I'm still trying to go in with the white. It's not working because I'm not being patient. So, a lesson we can learn from this video is you should be patient, because otherwise your paint will just end up smearing all over the place. Alright, so now I'm going in with, like, the long part of the tie, and this is the color that, stays, like, the most flat. I just put I guess I'll call it, like, my basic red over it, and then that's about it. Like, what I do right here, that's all the color I really add to it for right now. I will, like I said, I will go back and hopefully be able to add some light on a later video. Might be today, might be tomorrow. Who knows? Depends how motivated I am. But overall, it doesn't look bad. I'm obviously figuring stuff out. just a little bit, but you're gonna see me go back or whatever. And to be honest, I don't even know if, like, in the end I liked how I fixed, or I say quote unquote fixed, I guess, the light on the shoulder, because I was just like, I don't want it to be rounded like it is like that. And I wanted to make it more, like, sharp edged, more rectangular, more square. But to be honest, like, the way, like, the angle is or whatever on it, I don't think it makes sense. So, I'm probably gonna have to go back in with it, and I did, like, the way I, like, fixed it, it made it so there's not as much, like, bright spots, but, because the main thing I want to be the most bright is the face, but I just feel like I would be, like, changing up, like, the way the lighting works a little bit then, which I could do. It's not that big of an issue, but it's also something I should have figured out beforehand. So that's another lesson you could take away. Figure out where your lighting is beforehand. So that way you're not, like, stressing out over it during the painting process. That takes forever. Once again, here you can see me going over with the white. And I do eventually get it to look fine, but still, I think that's where I'm at, like, now, as the video has been recorded. But yeah, that smear stays there, so unfortunately we're just gonna have to deal with it for right now. And hopefully I can fix it. I mean, obviously I can. All I need to do is put some white paint over it, so that shouldn't be too bad. But even with all that struggle, I think it turned out good still. I mean, there's still the smudge, and it's still bothering me personally, but it's okay. Alright, so now you're here to see my struggle on, quote-unquote, fixing the one spot, because I was not happy with it. I mean, maybe eventually I will. I feel like that's how I am whenever I first fix something. It's like, man, I should have just kept it the old way, and then I look back on it later, I'm like, oh, okay, that's actually way better. I did actually end up fixing it, and that's, like, very similar to, like, another thing I do, where, like, I'm just like, I need to, or, like, how I described before, I'm like, this looks good, but I could do better, and I usually do end up, like, fixing it. I mean, I might need to go over it again, but, oh well, problem solved. So, right here, I probably should have kept it at, like, that angle that I actually have it at right now, but because I want it to, go in the other way, it kind of goofed it up a little bit, so I am gonna have to fix that again. I honestly might just do that off camera, because holy crap, I've had to, like, fix that spot, like, 50 million times, but I mean, if you want to see that, then that's cool. Or if I just decide to force it upon you to stare at me fixing this with your own two eyes, it's like torture, because I'm like, I'm fixing this spot, guys, and then it's not getting fixed. But, you know, that's fine. Sometimes you get a little bit frustrated, and we'll just go back later. It's not that big of a deal. So yeah, I do this a lot where, like, I, like, go back in with the brush or whatever, I'm, like, trying to fix the lighting, and I'm still not 100% happy with it. And I think I do kind of change up the angle just a little bit here. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go in with some more light over at the, right side. And then that's about where I'm at with the angle as of currently, as you'll see when the video is finished. And right, it doesn't look too bad, but I just think I prefer the other one. And I mean, if you guys want to comment which like, form of lighting I used you guys think was better on the shoulder, the first version or the what I have right now, then you can totally go ahead. Or if you have a suggestion for how it should look, then I will gladly accept that as well. It's super important to learn tips from other artists, or even just, like, ideas from people who, like, don't maybe do art as often, but, you know, you could still have a good idea in there. So I'm very accepting of everybody's opinions on it. Not all the time with everybody's opinions. If, like, there's, like, a video game or something like that, and somebody has an opinion I don't agree with, I'm just like, you're wrong. But I could use to work on that, but that's okay. I will. Luckily, that's not me with the YouTube comments, so I will accept all critique. And actually, like, I will encourage critique, because I do want my art to get better. I don't want to be stuck in a rut, I guess, just because I'm not accepting critique, and I'm in denial about what my art looks like. So, yeah, anybody, any critique, go comment. I really appreciate it. And yeah, so this is where we're at right now. I do think I fix it up a little bit within this minute, because that would be, like, really, like, vertical, like, holy crap. So I will begin to add more paint, or, like, light paint at the left. And I'm sorry for, like, making, like, so many, like, lip smacking sounds. I noticed that I do that a lot. That was voice crack. Holy. I do that a lot in my recordings, just because I'm trying to think of what to say, or it just happens a little bit. And I apologize if you're not into that, but I don't know, if you're a ASMR fan, maybe you are. Maybe that's your that's your thing. So, oh well, I guess. But I will try to get better at that, because I do understand that could be annoying to some people. But we're almost done with this painting, so with that all being said, I'm trying to, like, wave at this point. It's a little bit difficult. But with that being said, thank you all for watching.